Well, welcome to another episode of GJ's Guitars. We're very fortunate this morning to have fantastic Theo in the studio, giving us his funky grooves early AM, because it is very early for us musicians. It's definitely before midday, so it's very, very early. I've been really fortunate to do a lot of gigs with Theo this year in several different formats. I've been saying we've been doing some funky stuff. We've been doing the country thing. It's been pretty exciting. What else have you been up to?
Yeah, a few different bits and pieces, really. I'd say, like, just whoever calls me up from day to day. Yeah. Funk stuff, country stuff,
Yeah,
blues, a bit of everything, really.
Yeah.
Similar to you, I guess.
Yeah. It's been quite an exciting year.
Yeah.
So this morning, we've got this fantastic Laney Nathan East weapon of mass destruction in the studio. So let's have a bit of a look at that. We both gig in several different formats. We're both mega music enthusiasts. I think that's very safe to say. So with a bass amp, I mean, this year I've seen you went from one thing to another thing, which I know I've done the same thing in the guitar world. But what's important to you with an amp? What's the thing for you with a bass amp?
It's a tricky one. I mean, definitely you want volume. I mean, you want a lot of headroom with bass normally.
Yeah.
Guitar, you can get away with having a smaller amp and sort of really pushing it, but on bass you need that extra bit of speaker as well, I think, to move the low end. So yeah, definitely volume to keep up with the sort of loud drummers, rock bands and things like that. You're going to need something really beefy. EQ wise, I mean, you don't need a lot. I think the only trouble is some venues you get these kind of low resonance.
We've definitely had that boomy thing, haven't we, on a couple of gigs?
Yeah,
definitely.
Like that big hallway we were playing the other few weeks ago. And that's like, that is a real pain. So I think if you can really dial in and take out some of those low mids sometimes.
So do you use do you have the sort of same amp when you play at home? Do you use the same rig that you use out live, or do you just tend to vary it depending on venue and what you're doing?
I mean, I usually just sort of have the gig rig, ready to go, and I just plug into the computer through an interface.
Yeah, right. Okay.
It's just a lot easier, isn't it?
Yeah, so you're at home, you're going more for just getting the notes right, and getting that down, and then live you go, that's the rig.
You don't want to annoy your neighbours as well with a massive bass
exactly.
rig. Yeah, so
that's why you want to build a container in the back garden and then do it
there.
Well,
that would be
you might need a garden indeed to be able to even achieve that. So should we get into this amp then and have a look at it? So let's talk about the basic controls, because this amp's got some extra sort of specially exciting things on it. I think that is very handy for the gigging musician and the guy at home. So what have we got going on here then? So we've got
two inputs there, and then we've got FET volume, tube volume. There's a pool as well.
Oh, okay.
Didn't notice that before.
So you can mix the FET in with that. So we'll discuss what that is in a sec. And then we've got bass. Looks like different sort of mid scoops you can do, because it's got the symbol to show you what is scooping out, I guess.
And then this is just the actual level control for the mid.
Treble, tilt.
I'm not sure what that is yet.
We'll find out in a minute. Yeah. And a master volume.
Yep, easy peasy.
So I think the thing that I instantly see from this, which I think is a really handy thing, if you've got multiple instruments or two basses on a gig, maybe one for alternate tuning, you can plug two into it, which I believe Nathan East does do. I think he plugs his...
He has upright
He has his upright, doesn't he? And then he plugs his ordinary one. So I'd imagine so he doesn't have to faff around with cabling.
Yeah, so that's quite handy then. I guess you could sort of set up different things for, And
especially, I think if you've got a bass in another tuning, you can actually, obviously, that makes life simple, doesn't it? You can and you can EQ your channels so they're the same EQ, I guess. So you've got an EQ that's going to be the same for both channels. So that's quite a good feature. I like the idea of the tube situation where you can mix, because that's the kind of nature of FET, isn't it? That basically it's a transistor and a tube in the same kind of amp modeling situation. So obviously that must have a tube in it. So he obviously wants that kind of transistory highs versus a
bit
warm...
of a balance, right? Yeah, because you might not want the full tube sounds, and you might not want that solid state sort of thing. So you can get like a bit of a mixture, I'm guessing.
I like the idea of that, because that's like a good warmth sort of into your sound, isn't it? And then you've got for like funky punchy things, I'd imagine that's quite a good feature for that. I think the mid scoops. I mean,
This
those.
is interesting, isn't it? Yeah. So
I definitely need to try that out.
When we were saying about these sort of notes that sometimes just resonate wrong with a room,
Yes.
I imagine this could be quite a useful feature.
One thing I would just say that I just noticed when you click that, did you know it's actually it clicks, so you haven't got any, you're not going to miss that. My amp on my electric amp that I've been using on the FET, that's actually got that in it, and I quite like that because you know it's not got knocked to its move. So if you do sort of have a setting that you love, I guess
you know where it is.
You know where it is. So that's just brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah. Should we try playing?
Yeah, do you want to give? Should we give it something a try then?
Give it a little tweak as I'm playing.
So at the moment we've got everything flat.
And we're on, which setting are we on? Because there's...
So we're in input 2.
On FET mode, right?
So on FET.
That's tube.
That's tube.
That's FET. So I guess we start with the FET then. That's pretty good off the bat.
That is, I mean, for a flat, I mean, that in here, I mean, I don't know about you, I mean, I think that sounds absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that's definitely a giggable sound, isn't it?
Okay, so let's, should we try, why don't you dial it in how you sort of probably have it on a gig?
Let's just try giving it, I'll see what these mid-range sound like. Get a bit of treble out. So we'll start from left and go to the right, actually, see what they're doing. So that's very scoopy there, isn't it?
Yeah. I actually quite like that.
Yeah, that'd be quite nice, especially when I think Nathan East has a 5-string sort of.
He does, that's right. Yeah, he does.
So that sort of, that would sound great for that. Yeah. Right, the next one, where's that?
That's got that sort of throaty kind of tone, isn't it?
So that's more right in the middle, isn't it? This will be a bit higher up. Okay. Yeah, I think definitely on this first setting here, we've just scooped a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite pleasant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the throaty. Yeah.
One thing I would say that just at this point, though, I'm really enjoying is the deadness of the cab sound.
Yeah.
There's no sort of extraneous stuff round the cab, and it's quite a dead sort of.
It's very
dud, sort of like you're not getting boomy bass, are you? Which is, I mean.
Yeah, I'm assuming this is intentional, but it sounds very flat. Like there's no. Some amps, like the Mark basses, they've got a real character to their tone.
Yeah.
Like, some people like it, some people don't.
It's definitely a thing, isn't it? Where you plug them in, you put them on the floor, and you, like you say, it just sounds like a Mark bass. Like you say, this doesn't sort of sound.
Yeah, this is very just.
I guess actually the way to describe it is it sounds like a bass amp without the word Laney on it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Even though I know that's what it is, but when you listen to it, it's not opinionated in tone, is it?
No, it's very clean. I mean, I guess we'll see. I think this tube sort of setting that will probably have some interesting.
Yeah. So should we give that up?
Yeah. Let's
try that out.
Switched onto tube mode now. So it's definitely a bit brighter, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the first thing I've noticed. And then we've got the drive. So was that?
So that sounds to me like a volume. That's definitely like a volume, another gain stage in the amp, isn't it?
Definitely a gain stage, yeah. I wonder if it gets a bit hairy maybe when you start. Very pokey, isn't it, when you bring in the drive? Should we put that? Max it out.
Max it out.
Yeah.
Level it.
Interesting.
I quite like that.
Yeah,
that's a really good feature in the amp, isn't it?
It's not. It doesn't get too hairy, does it? But it's got like a little bit of a bite to it, definitely. So I want to see what this pull thing does.
Go for it. Oh, okay.
Wow, what's happened here?
So it's engaged the FET side of the amp.
This using both.
I believe. I think it's got to be.
we've got the drive and the fet. Okay, that's
that definitely takes it to another dimension, doesn't it? Tonally.
Yeah, well, I think now you're going to get the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got a bit of the smoothness and the cleanness from the fet, and then you've got a bit of that bite from the drive. So that's
because one of my experiences of playing with bass players is that I don't know, you know, checking their equipment out, but you look at their amps, and as a general rule, they usually have everything flat, don't they? It's usually just plug in. I mean, I've seen you set up a gigs. It's like he's set up in 2 minutes. It's plug it in and we're going. You know,
no pedals.
No, exactly. Yeah.
That's. I think let's just get a good level of this, and I would like to see what this tilt does.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm assuming it's like an overall rough balance, or like the orange guitar heads. They just have a sort of tone, don't they?
Yeah, it just sort of tweaks it, doesn't it?
I'm assuming it's something like that, but all the way to the left.
You can hear. Subs it out quite a lot, doesn't it? It's very sub-frequencied.
And then we go this way. That's just super sort of very thin. I mean, I don't know whether that would really be a usable sound, but someone might be into
I suppose if you were in the studio and you wanted to do something like that, I guess.
So I guess central. So that's quite, I mean, maybe a little bit more towards the left, I think is. Yeah. More where I would sit. A little bit less treble. Let's see what this is like. Yeah, that's quite nice sound there.
To me, it seems to have a lot of linearness about it. And it seems to have a lot of scope for different pockets of what you might be trying to achieve on gigs, I guess, or even at home.
Yeah. Do we know what this trim knob here does?
I don't. Shall I turn it and let's
see if it does anything?
See, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, you could read the instructions, which I'm not sure is a thing, but we definitely haven't gone for that. We've just gone for the plug it in and fiddle with it and see what it does.
No, I know they can tell we've read thoroughly through them.
Exactly. I think
we are an expert now.
Exactly. I think we've just proved we're experts. We've used our ears and twiddled it. Right, let's give this a try.
Oh. Interesting.
So it's blending. That's quite interesting. Pushed. That sounds fantastic.
That's nice, and we've got it on this pulled setting still. I think that's probably my favourite setting we've found. Let's just go back to the fet quickly. That's affecting the whole body.
Yeah. I think that trim at this level sounds better flat out, which is what it is.
Yeah, it's just full on, is it? So with this, I think, can you just, you have to be on the drive setting. So you go to the tube setting and then you pull that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it does anything from the other.
Doesn't sound like it, no.
Yeah, so that's just, you can go over to the tube channel and then do the pull.
Yeah.
And now we've got a mixture of both.
Yeah.
Do we know what sort of wattage this is? Is it?
Do you know what? I'd like to say I know that.
Reading the instructions.
When I was reading the instructions, I'm sure it's in that. I think, I don't know. We'll find that out. We're gonna look on the back. That's what we're gonna do.
It looks like it's quite a hefty bit of gear, doesn't it? So I think it must.
You look on the back because you've got your glasses on. They've pitched this. Nathan East's obviously gone there and said, "Guys, do you want to partner up and build me a weapon of rock," which I think they've definitely achieved. I guess who's buying this amp?
It's hard to know, isn't it? I mean, what sort of price point do
Well, so the price point of this, I think it's about 1,500 for the head and the cab, but I know you can buy just the head, which is about 1,000.
Right,
which
that's pretty good.
Which
Yeah.
is pretty good value for money, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean,
you're getting a lot for your money.
I mean, this morning we've literally just DI'd out the back of it into Quinn's recording equipment, and we've plugged into the front of it, so there's no pedals or any of that jazz going on. It's got speak-on connections out, which is really pro-end.
Yeah.
That's really good, and obviously a lot of bass amps will use that kind of configuration, don't they, cabling-wise?
Yeah. So I mean, if you've already got your own cab, which I'm guessing a lot of people will,
the heads,
you'll just go for the heads. So.
Yeah. So you can, that's an option. This has got 212s in it.
It's a 212.
212, and it's closed back.
Well, that is maybe worth getting then, because
I mean, one thing I would mention, I did have to lug this in here, and I do say the word lug because it is extremely heavy, but I don't necessarily think, for me personally, it doesn't ultimately. I'd rather have something that sounds fantastic and put up with a bit of weight than I would the other way. So
sometimes there's all these new neodymium sort of this sort of push for having a light cab, but sometimes I think there's something about a heavier cab that, to me, they sound better.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Maybe it's placebo, but
well, it's funny you say that, because last week when I had Paul in the studio, and he was saying I go for light guitars because it just does my back, and I struggle to hold them up and all that carry on. And he said he's a Les Paul man. And he said the heavier the better. He said he wants a guitar that anchors him to the floor. I don't want that personally, but I get where he's coming from. A solid bit of kit.
There's
something about that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But you got to watch out for your back as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
5 hour playing. It's like, So I think, who's this marketed to? I mean, definitely professional sort of gigging musicians, I think.
But I think the other thing,
it's very light as well, the head.
Yeah, the head's light, isn't it? I think that if you can afford a decent quality head and you want to, even at home, I think in a studio or whatever, that's going to sound fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's the other thing is, if you had this at home, you could just, you maybe don't want to annoy your neighbours, like we said earlier, but DI out, you could even probably go in with headphones and it'd be great for recording. Yeah,
because it's got post and pre EQ on the DI out, hasn't it?
Yeah, and that's, I know we haven't shown the back, but it is quite simple, isn't it?
Yeah, it's dead easy.
Even we could navigate.
Yeah, exactly. And we didn't even read the instructions.
No.
So there you go. Sounds like 250.